Join in, guys. I'm waiting for you guys to join in. Let's get started. Join in, let's go. We have 2 more minutes to go. Let's wait for others to join in. Hello, how are you all? I should have been here before now. I was having a little issue with my network. So, my sincere apologies for being late. Join in. We have 1 more minute to go. Just hold on. You're welcome to the live. Hold on. We'll soon get started, okay? Let's wait for our members to join in, and then we can get it rolling. How many more minutes to go? So basically, this is what you should do before drawing your eyebrows. Make sure you brush them out. Join in, guys. Join in. Let's go. Oh, okay. The time is here. You're all welcome to this live. This live is basically for beginners. It's an eyebrow class for beginners. It's a live section. Okay, I am here to show you how to go about your eyebrows. Kindly ignore the background noises. The kids, they're on holiday. So I'm sorry about that, guys. You might be hearing these noises, okay, until the school resumes, and then they will go back to school. But for now, they are on holidays, so you might be hearing some. So ignore, they are fine, okay? And sorry about the distraction if it's actually distracting you. Okay, so this class, this live section is basically for beginners. It's a section where you get to learn how to draw your eyebrows by yourself using some simple tricks, okay? I actually uses some simple tricks to show you, and someone will be like, do I have to be doing this each time I'm about to draw my eyebrows? The answer should be yes. For now, this is actually a trick you need to be using, and it's gonna help you become perfect. And when you're actually perfect, you don't need this tip and trick, right? Okay, so let's know the things we need, the product, and the tools we need. This is my brow gel. This is one of the products you'll be needing. This drawing your eyebrows, you need just two products, two and maybe more, which is the powder. If you need the powder isn't that's compulsory. It's necessary, right? But it's not compulsory. Okay, so this is the two products which you'll be needing to draw your eyebrows. Basically just these two products, and this in the absence of this, or this in the absence of this. This is a brow pencil, whichever shade, and this is a brow gel or brow pomade. Anyone you can call it, brow gel or brow pomade. Okay, so I have it in the shade of black and brown. All right, I have the two of them here because I actually go ahead to mix them to get my perfect shade. Okay, and this is a concealer. This is a concealer. Yeah, you have them in different shades, so you get the one that suits your shade. Okay. Excuse me about that. So this using this, you don't just apply it that way. You need something, okay, called the eyebrow brush. This is the eyebrow brush. There are different kinds of eyebrow brush. Basically there are different types. Let me show you. I have some more here. And in my other pouch I have some more. If you have something like this, the angle one, this is angled, you can go ahead and use it. If you have something like this, I love something like this, something that is like in oval shape, oval shape. This way it has this round edge, round or oval edge, something like this. And then this one has this angle shape. This is oval shape and this is angle shape. Okay, both of them can serve you, all right, depending on the one you are used to. I am used to using something like this, and this serves me well. It serves me well. I tend to I don't tend to get a perfect eyebrow when using this one. I tend to go over and over and over. But with this, I just run it all through. Okay, so both of them can serve you. Whichever one you have, whichever one you are used to, they are good. Okay, so this is basically for this. If you are using your brow pomade or brow gel, you need a brow pencil, which is this one. But if you are using something like this is a brow pencil. Ignore the shade, ignore the shade. This is actually a black shade. If you have the brown shade, go ahead and use. If you have the black shade, whichever one. Okay, I get to see a lot of people be like, your brows are too dark, they are too thick. Oh my gosh, you don't tell anyone what shade they gotta use. Just like same way someone wants to apply a red lipstick, right? A lot of people are obsessed with red lipstick, and some are obsessed with nude, some are obsessed with something that has a touch of purple, violet. Okay, something like something that some people love something that has a touch of pink. All right, it's the same thing with your eyebrows. You don't tell people, no, this is too dark, no, this is too light. This depends on their vibe and what they want. Okay, so this is a black eye pencil. If it is okay for you, okay. If the brown one is okay for you, okay, because I don't use eye pencils, so I might not have the brown shade. I actually have this one for most times for lining the lip, and sometimes lining my under eye. Okay, all right. So and then using this concealer, where is the concealer? Using this concealer, you need a concealer brush, the Felix brush. You are looking amazing. Thank you, Felix. Thank you so much. Okay, so for the concealer, you need something like this. This is called excuse me about that. This is called the concealer brush. You need a concealer brush. I have them. I have so many of them here. These are all my concealer brush. I have so many. These are all my concealer brush, but I love to use this one because these ones are bigger. I love something that is a little bit smaller so that I can be able to be in control, right? You want something that you can be in control when using. Some people also use something like this as their concealer brush. If you are good with that, that's okay. If you are good with that, that's okay. You can also use something like this as your eyeliner brush. Okay, these things you can improvise whichever that is easy for you. All right, so those that being said, let's dive in. So actually I've already applied some powder on mine eyebrows. This is to make sure it's not greasy, oily, or even watery. Because most times our foundations are, some are greasy, some are watery. So if this area is so wet, um it's gonna be difficult for you to draw your eyebrows. So let's go ahead and start mixing as usual. So I'm just mixing these to get a perfect shade for me. The black one is a bit darker, and the brown one is also lighter for me. So I'll go ahead and mix them together. I'm just mixing. Okay, so when you are done mixing, you go ahead and start drawing the eyebrows proper. Before then, if you're using a brush, you need to go ahead and flatten it a little bit more. Flatten it, flatten it. The more flatter it is, the more good job it's gonna do. So I'm just picking up a little, and then let's start drawing as usual. Place it here. Okay, place it here, stretch it to this corner, and then you get where you should start. This way, place it here, stretch it here, and then you make it that. Okay, do the same thing on the upper side, and then you make it that. So how do we get this midpoint? We'll place it here, stretch it here, and then make a point just this way. Right? We do the same thing over here, and then make a point. Okay. So how do we get the outer corner? We place it here, stretch it here, and then make a point this way, the way here, and make a point. Okay, so we'll start joining the points together. We join it this way. And so we draw the upper side. So I'm basically just joining the dots together with lines. Okay, as a beginner, probably if you are to start from here all the way through to this point, you might not be able to get something that is nice. You might miss it along the line. But using this tip, it will be so easy for you. Okay, basically right now we have an eyebrow, right? Sometimes it might not be so perfect. So at this point, when you feel it's not perfect, you go ahead and start making some adjustments. Okay, check for places where you need to do some touch up, like you want to reduce or you want to add some volume. Just like here, I always love to add some little volume here. And this outer corner, inner corner, sorry, you stretch it out a little bit. Okay, so right now I think that's okay. So the outer corner, go ahead and make it a little bit longer. If I want to shorten it, that's okay. I'll go ahead and do that when I am concealing. So go ahead and start filling in. Fill, fill, fill. Filling and filling. So when you're filling in, fill in gently. Okay. So go ahead and keep filling in. Gently, right? Okay. So literally, I'm not adding any pressure while filling in, okay? When you're filling your brows, make sure you're not adding so much pressure, all right? Just slightly filling, slightly. You don't want to add so much pressure to it so it doesn't look way darker than what you have, all right? So at this point, we are done drawing and filling in the eyebrows, okay? So we'll go ahead using our spoolie. This is my spoolie. So I'll go ahead and brush out this corner. Excuse me, guys. So, do you know why we actually brush out this corner? Just to make sure it doesn't look so thick and unnatural. So we want something that is looking very natural, right? That's why we'll go ahead and brush out, brush out. Okay, I want it to be as clear as possible. Okay, so when you're brushing, make sure you follow the lines of your brows, right? Follow the lines of your eyebrows. Okay. So I'm just basically making this outer corner a little bit darker. Basically, it's ideal for your outer corner to be darker than the inner corner. As a beginner, this place is called an outer corner, and here is your inner corner. So make sure your outer corner is darker than your inner corner. That way it will give a perfect effect and beautiful. So right now we are done drawing the eyebrows, right? We are done. And the next thing is using our brush, our concealer brush, and the concealer. Let me get my concealer. Oh, where did I keep it? Okay, so here is my concealer. So I'm gonna take it out, and as usual I like to mix it with my foundation. So I'm literally mixing my foundation and my concealer because I feel it's a little bit lighter than I am. Actually, I can use it that way, but because I am here for the beginner, so I want to show you the right way. You don't have to use something that is way lighter than you are. You don't need products that are way lighter than you are. If you do, you can be able to blend them. You might probably be able to blend them, but it will take you so much time, so much time. So it's advisable to go for something that is that the shade is a little bit closer to your foundation, right? Okay, so at this point the next thing is to conceal. So we'll conceal from this corner, right? And we do it bit by bit. So let's go. Just a minute. Add it a little bit. Okay. So I am doing it gently and bit by bit, right? You don't want to rush. This part is very, will I say it's critical? It's very, very important you pay attention. You do it gently, like you're in control. You need to be in control, right? Because this part is very tricky. If you are not in control, you will mess it up, okay? So do it bit by bit and slowly. So at this point, we made a little error. So let's fix it here. You might not see it, but I am saying it's just a minor error. Okay, that is how you fix your error, and that is the benefit of this class. You know, ordinary for me, I can go all the way from here all the way through, right? But because I'm trying to show you how it's gonna be easy for you, so that's why I am doing it bit by bit. Okay, step by step. I took how many steps here? I think one, two, three, and four, right? Or maybe more. So that's how you do it. Do not do it from here all the way to this place. You might end up making a mess. But if you feel you can, that's okay. That's okay. So I'm mixing more. This one is finished, right? So that is how you shorten the length of your eyebrows if you feel they are way too long. So right now we are blending out every harshness, okay? So you go ahead and clean out the excess concealers on your brow, on your brush. If you have excess concealer on your brush, clean it out. Okay. Okay, so at this point we'll go ahead and using our fingers blend out every harshness. Okay, so this is it. Then we'll go over to the upper side. So I need a mirror to do this one. Can you see? All right. Okay. We're still taking it one step at a time. Okay, so this is what we got. Okay, so all right. Okay, so right now we are done concealing the upper side of the eyebrows. Please, as a beginner, when doing this, especially these parts, be very careful, because if you're not careful, you make so much mess, right? Okay, so we'll go ahead right now and blend out all this harshness. But before we do that, we'll have to clean out all this product on this brush. We have so much product on the brush, and if we start blending immediately, we can't blend it out. As beginners, it will be very difficult, and you end up having so much product this area of your face. And most times I always see people, they blend it even into their hair, like it doesn't look good. Okay, so we start blending out because we have cleaned all the products, not all anyway. We have cleaned some of the products from the brush, so it's very easy right now to blend out, and it will easily disappear, right? Easily it will disappear into our skin. Can you see? It's just going. But had it been we didn't clean out those products on the brush, I'll keep blending, they will keep appearing and appearing and appearing, and then I'll just go into my hairline, which is not good. If you want to add something into your hairline, it should be your powder, not your concealer. Okay, so at this point, this is what we got. Okay, excuse me, our eyebrows is ready. So at this point, if you still want to go ahead and do some more brushing to make it more natural, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is what we got. This is what we got. Okay, now we are done drawing the eyebrows, but as usual, I have one more step I usually don't like to skip. I don't like this area to be oily or looking greasy or looking wet, so we'll go ahead and use the powder. So this is my powder. I will use it and then touch this area to reduce or to remove outrightly the greasy and wet look. And then this will also help if you actually used a concealer that is way lighter, then you can do this to tone it down a little more and also to remove the greasiness, the greasy effect or the oily effect you have at this corner. Okay, so let's do the same thing the other side. Do you know drawing your eyebrows is the most difficult part in makeup? That is why you don't get to see a lot of makeup artists show you this on live session, because it's very difficult. A lot of them, they have some errors they want to fix. But you know, as when I was a teacher, I like my sorry, excuse me, sorry about that. When I was a student, I like my teacher to make mistakes, because you know why? When she makes mistakes, and then I love it to watch how she's gonna fix it. And when I get to see how she fixed it, then I will learn that part, and it's gonna help me. So but a lot of makeup artists, they don't like to show drawing the eyebrows on live section, because it's very difficult. This is the most difficult part in makeup, and if you're able to get this, your makeup journey is 70% solved, right? 70% solved. Then see, very interesting. Thank you, very interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we are done with this other part. Can you see how beautiful it's looking? Right, it's looking beautiful. So we do exactly this over here. Then I'm using my brow pomade. If you have your eye pencil, okay, so let me just show you how. If you have your eye pencil, you just do something like this. Take it this way, make a dot here, you make a dot here. Is it showing? Oh, it's broken. More reason why I don't like using eye pencil. Eye pencil, it will always give you headache. I'm not gonna use this. But then if you were to use eye pencil, you just trace it here and make a dot, trace it up, make a dot, trace it this way, just using an eye pencil. It's the same thing for those of us who has eye pencil. So how do you put on makeup? That's what I'm showing you. That is what I'm showing you. You pay attention. I think you came late. So but then don't worry, we're gonna do exactly what is here over here. So we'll start from placing it here and taking it to this corner this way. Okay, this way. We make a dot, and then we make a dot. So we're just structuring. Okay. Okay, if you don't also want to place it here, hi Akimana Dina, you can just do it this way. Here, do it this way, keep it here, just the straight one, keep it here. But then this one you have to slant it, because you can just keep it this way. Except for me, except I have to go a little bit out from here. Then I'll do it this way. But if I should keep it here, then it need to be somewhere here. Okay. So place it here this way, and then make here that. Okay, so let's clean out this little mess. Okay, so this is basically giving you guideline or a structure, right? Well, let's say it's a structure. It's just a guideline, okay? So that you know right now, if you are someone who learns very fast, at this point you know what to do. But then if you don't know what to do, keep watching. So basically we're gonna just be joining the dots together with lines. Start it from here. So we'll join from dot to dot, then from this dot to this dot. So that is what we're doing. And then we'll go from this dot here to this one here. And then we'll go from the dot here to the dot here. Okay, so at this point we have a brow. All right, but then if you feel it's not perfect the way you want it, then you go ahead and make some adjustment, right? Okay, so for me, I'll start from here. Okay, so drawing the second eyebrows, if you are paying attention 50% here, you need to pay attention 100%, because basically you want to make them look the same, right? You want them to look the same. You don't want something that is looking so different from the other. You don't want something that is way thicker than this other one, or something that is way shorter, something that is way slimmer than the first one. So drawing your second eyebrow, basically you need to be going back and forth. You go, you draw, and then you go a little back to weigh them, to know if they are the same shape, the same length, the same shade, the same thickness. All right. So basically, I'm just trying as much as possible to make sure they are the same. Also, when concealing, you also need to conceal, go back and forth to make sure they are looking the same, right? Okay, so at this point, I feel they are the same. They are the same. So let's go ahead and fill in. Hi, Caroline. You say, being that I was born with blonde hair, my eyebrows are almost non-existent. I've tried shaving them off, drawn them back on. I've tried letting them grow out. It just can't get them right. I just can't get them right. Oh, so sorry about that. Yours are so beautiful. What kind of product is that? Is it a powder? It looks so nice and sleek. Okay, so this is the product. You were not here from the beginning of the live. I already, before I start my practical, I usually show the things I use. Okay, I usually show the things I use, but because you were late, you didn't get to see that or hear me talk about them. Okay, so this is what I use. This is a brow pomade. It's called a brow pomade or a brow gel. Brow pomade or brow gel. Okay, brow pomade or brow gel. It's very effective. Okay, it's very effective. And here is the brand, though there are more better and nicer brand out there. Okay, I can't say this is the best for me for now. This is the best I got so far, but I think there might be more better brand out there. So this brand says it's million pollen, that's the name, million pollen. I don't know if you guys can see. If you guys can see, this is million and this is pollen. Okay, that's the name. I would suggest you go for it. If you don't have any hair, you go for it. Okay, all right. It's very effective, beautiful. It shows very, very well. Okay, and then say, how did you come up with the shape? That's what my problem is. I don't know if you can see my profile picture of my eyebrows are just horrible because you are not here. Or probably when I'm done with this live, even right now, you can just go back and check my other live. Okay, you will see how I start and how I usually end it. Okay, you see how I came up with a shape. Okay, yeah. Okay, so at this point I'm basically trying to make sure they are looking the same, because that's where the work is. It's not just about drawing your eyebrows, it's about paying attention to details, paying attention to also errors. Make sure you don't have any error. Make sure they are looking the same, they're on the straight line, and they are the same size, the same thickness, everything. Okay, so at this point we're done drawing the eyebrows. We'll have to make sure it's looking, it looks great. Your lips are beautiful also. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, so we'll go ahead and blend, brush out this corner to make sure it's looking as natural as possible, you know. Okay, so I'm just basically brushing out. And so at this point we're done drawing the eyebrows. Okay, then we're gonna perfect everything by concealing using your concealer. I think many of you came late. You guys came late. Okay, so using the concealer, this is my concealer, so this is what I use. If you have the liquid one or the creamy one, you can use any of them, but as a beginner I usually advise advise beginners to go for creamy concealer. Creamy concealers are way easier to blend. All right, if you are using a creamy concealer, you tend to be in control when blending, when concealing. You won't make any mistake, though you might make a mistake, but you won't make so much mistake like when you are using the other one, the liquid one. The liquid one, it's so runny. Most times when we try to use them, they tend to go the other way. You try to place them at a place, they will keep running hector scatter, and you, oh, my network, please, I'm almost done, just hold on. Okay, so we'll start concealing as usual. I always tell you guys to conceal from this part and do it bit by bit. Okay, I'm just trying to mix my concealer. The one I have is finished. So you should also learn how to mix your products. Most times you might not be able to find that perfect shade in the market. You will search and search and search and search. You won't find, you won't get it. But then you don't have the idea that you have two products, two shades that can give you a particular shade you are looking for. So that's exactly what I'm doing. As a makeup person, you should learn how to improvise, right? We always improvise in makeup. Okay, so all right, please note when concealing your eyebrows, do not talk. Don't mind me, I am talking, right? Because I need to explain some certain things to you guys. Do not talk, all right? Because when you talk, you're gonna shake. And when you shake, you're gonna make a mess. And when you make a mess, you're gonna feel so bad. All right? So don't talk. Even when I'm concealing, I don't talk. And please pay attention to details. Details matters. Details matters. All right? Okay. It's okay to make a mistake. A lot of people, when you guys watch our videos, the edited ones, right? And you guys be like, oh wow, this is so perfect. Oh, there was no mistake. Everything is so clean and neat. Uh-uh, 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 There were a lot of mistakes behind the bar. Not just me, every other makeup content creator, even the makeup artists, while on a client face, most times, but you don't have to be making so much mistakes, please. So much is not allowed. But sometimes one, two mistakes is okay. All right, because you're a human, you tend to make mistakes, okay? But then learn to fix your mistake as soon as possible. Immediately learn to fix your mistakes, okay? That's why you need to be paying attention to details. All right? Okay. So did you see? I'm just basically going back and forth to make sure they are looking the same, right? Okay. So this is me paying attention to some little details. Most times, please, if you can't do this, just leave it, okay? Some little mistakes, they might not show,